What's up? So, I kind of wanted to touch on something that I thought was very, very important in this day and age, especially in the age of technology, where we're all sharing information. The words we use are very, very important to the context and the meaning that we mean. What do I mean by this? The Bible tells us that there is life and death in the power of the tongue. We know that to be certain. However, we see that every single day. Something that we see as arbitrary or just a random thrown out comment could be very detrimental to the mentality of a person. And it is my thesis and hypothesis that people die mentally and spiritually way before they die physically. So we have to be very careful on the words that we speak, how we speak them, in the context that we speak them, and the actions that we put behind those words. Because there's a simple formula to understanding a person. Understand that if you understand their words, you understand how they think. If you understand how they think, you'll understand their actions. And then you can start to archetype that person. Which is a very strange concept to a lot of people. No one really wants to pay attention to what they say and actually be articulate and be accountable for the words that they speak. Drake, for instance. Drake is not a person who I would consider to be a good person. He doesn't take much accountability for anything he says, let alone the people he associates with. He claimed that Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, or Kendrick Lamar for a lot of people, wasn't good. He claimed that Kendrick Lamar is a very poor father. For those of you who kept up with the beef, while Drake himself was a very poor father. That's again the hypocrisy of a lot of things mainly being spoken. And a lot of people go out of their way to diminish art forms. The first art form they diminished was, in the wake of technology, books. Books are the long-standing information trading source, right? Because outside of social media, outside of the internet, you really only have books and words that were written by people who were actually there. Another art form of a written variety that has been diminished is poetry, which, in all intents and purposes, started rap music. And it was black poets who took that and applied it to beats, and that just took off from there. So we can't diminish the fact that words, interpretations, context, and influence have they go a long way. So just a little tidbit. To be more articulate means to be accountable for the words that you use. Being accountable means being able to stand on what you say and what you do, and not being a hypocrite and criticizing someone for the same actions. Or at least not too much either way. We have to pick our words very carefully as a people. We have to pick everything carefully as a people. We have to pick the type of music that we're willing to put money behind. Because the Lil Durks of the world, the NBA Youngboys of the world, these are not rappers that we should put our stock behind. These are not good rappers who have good intentions for the community at all. So if I were to sum this video up in an eloquent way, pick Pick your activities and pick things very carefully. As a people who are spiritual beings, we must we must be selective and questionative, which is a word. It's not a word, I just made up. We must be very, very selective about every single thing we pick to do, to listen to ingest in our bodies. We must be very, very deliberate and very knowledgeable about every single thing that we do. That's just a little mini video. I'm gonna try to come back to YouTube in college. I can't. There's some content that I would like to try, but I just feel like these types of videos, just me sitting someplace and just expounding my thoughts and just hearing feedback, will hopefully guide more people to this channel where we can just have open and honest conversations. That's the entire groundwork and the crux of civilization is conversation. It's language. Language is universal. And communication is universal. So that's what I feel like that's the thing that must be brought back into our culture is communication, to understand perspective, and to unify ourselves. I may address the Kendrick Lamar concert in another separate video, just because I've only seen it today, so I would have to watch it a few more times just to really get a full understanding of it. But anyways, peace, shalom to all. God bless.